The male lead is named Chihu Xiu. He is a transmigrator. Before coming to this world, he was a university student after transmigrating to the Tiankung continent. He was like everyone else. He awakened a golden finger system. The system gave him two paths to choose from. He chose the path of becoming a villain. As long as he kept doing evil deeds, he would receive rewards from the system, and especially he would become stronger. For 100 years he committed evil deeds. In the end he finally faced retribution. All the powerful beings of the world surrounded him, but he still stood tall without fear, because by then he had become a great saint-level powerhouse. But suddenly the most special person in the male lead's eyes appeared. That person was Liu Xua. She also had great saint-level cultivation. Under the overwhelming pressure of the powerhouses of the Tiankung continent, the male lead, Chihu Xiu, was forced into a desperate situation. Before taking action, Liu Xua had a question for him. Have you regretted it? Chihu Xiu laughed madly and answered, regret? I only regret the ruthlessness of time. If I had another 1,000 years, who in this world could possibly stop me? After that arrogant statement, all the powerhouses flew forward to attack Chihu Xiu. In such a critical moment, Chihu Xiu quickly used a special secret technique. Then the attacks of the powerhouses struck before dying. Chihu Xiu shouted loudly, "Shatter immortality to achieve eternal life. The great emperor regrets, but I do not." He took the combined attack of the powerhouses head-on. As a result, Chihu vanished from the world. But these powerhouses had no idea that he had used a secret technique to reincarnate. 1 month later, he was reborn into a new body, and that body was the eldest disciple of Liu Xua. At this point he began his new path, taking Qi Mengdi as his wife and setting out on the road to becoming powerful in order to take revenge on those who had killed him. Tiankung, continent, forbidden land. How cry. The battlefield scene was magnificent. A man stood on a towering mountain peak, while his enemies stood at the foot of the mountain. Old Devil Jew, you have spent your whole life oppressing the people and committing countless evil deeds. Have you ever thought that today you would die on the slope of the ghost returning mountain? Old Devil Jew, you deceived my sister and caused her tragic death today. I will tear you to pieces. You've killed people for years, but now in the end, there's nowhere left for you to run right. A young man stood on the mountain peak looking incredibly cool. This lord must take revenge and avenge my poor disciple. Our main character has appeared. He is very cool and seems to be a villain. The sword was now stained with fresh blood. Suddenly a voice rang out, "Old Devil Jew." A girl appeared behind him. "Today you have fallen to this. State, do you regret it yet, sect leader Yunhe, sect Holy Land, Taizo Liu Xua?" Old Devil Jew laughed wildly. "Regret it? Chu Xiu. I have cultivated for less than 100 years and spent my whole life fighting battles. Among those peers, besides me who dares to call themselves invincible, who dares to say they are undefeated, I only regret the ruthlessness of time. If I were given another 1,000 years, who in this world could do anything to me, who would dare defy my orders? If you really don't know how to regret, then don't blame us for being ruthless." The girl immediately drew her sword. They attacked Chihu Xiu together. "Let's go and take his life." Then everyone there rushed forward towards Chihu Xiu. Chihu Xiu immediately used a certain technique. At this moment, Chihu Xiu activated a certain technique, smiling disdainfully. A powerful aura rose high into the sky. Those below quickly flew toward Chihu Xiu. "Oh no, this demon intends to use a secret move. Quickly, stop him." Those attacking Chihu Xiu immediately used the heavenly divine techniques. He was quite surprised as well. Those giant divine forms called the Three-Hand Great World immediately launched an attack towards Chihu Xiu. That powerful attack was blocked by Chihu Xiu, but he was still seriously injured. After that attack, Chihu Xiu was severely injured and couldn't hold back the bleeding. But at this moment, Chihu Xiu still smiled confidently and madly shatter immortality, achieve eternal life. The great emperor regrets, but I do not. Then Shi Xiu unleashed bursts of spiritual power that spread out and, boom, a terrifying explosion of spiritual power erupted. The blast was like a nuclear bomb, destroying everything around, leaving nothing behind. After a while, in the end, he still lost after that terrible explosion, a self-detonation that went deep into the ground. Only a sword hilt remained. Everyone attacking Chu Xiu was injured, yet Old Devil Ju actually self-detonated. The old man, covered in wounds, was quite regretful. If he had reached the Great Wall to kill monsters, he would definitely have been a great general for our people. Truly regrettable, truly sad. After that, everyone who attacked Chu Xiu all left. Do you really think Old Devil Ju died like that? Scene shifts to Taizo Holy Land. Taizo Holy Land consists of 18 Spirit Peaks Heavenly Form, Yunhe Heavenly Sword. The 3 great sect leaders are all great saint-level powerhouses, while the other 4 sect leaders are minor saint-level powerhouses. 1 month later, at Yunhe sect, Chu Xiu was reincarnated to this place. At this moment, inside the mansion of the eldest disciple, a satisfied smile appeared. Ha ha, Old Devil Ju has returned. Old Devil Ju then sat up and said, "What outstanding Old Devil Ju." Before transmigrating, was also a university student to live again today. I have already prepared backup moves and schemes. The young man smiled very sinisterly. With such thorough preparation, how could he die easily? This is Taizo Holy Land, it seems. I have a strong connection with this place. System notification news detected. The host has reincarnated. System function changed. Please choose one of the 2 options. First, option Villain Fate. As long as you keep doing evil deeds, you can receive system rewards. Second option, Villain Cultivation. Since you have died, once learn from bitter experience, decide to randomly become stronger to do evil. Also quite surprising, in the previous life, choosing the Villain Fate character to do countless evil deeds was so enjoyable, but that day when the enemy attacked the home, even women were not spared. It was really unpleasant. So this life, it's better to choose cultivation instead. In my mind, I laughed slyly, laughing with delight, secretly growing stronger, then destroying the entire world. Isn't that perfect? The scene in my mind at this moment thought, if I could become a saint, disciple of the Holy Land, and then... System I choose cultivation system updating. You have made your choice. System is loading updating data system. Notification data loaded successfully. System. Deploying version 1, a person, to see who I will transmigrate into this time. System displays version 1, a host named Zhu Shu Identity. Is the eldest disciple, legitimate successor of Ha Yun sect cultivation realm. No status, disabled, legitimate disciple of Yunhe. Sect talent, 17. Ordinary talent, ordinary luck. What the hell? Cultivation method forced to be taken by the host's soul is too strong, resulting in reduction of luck value. Yin 18, black quality, ordinary luck. Black spots, breakthrough, no evaluation overall. Strategy, you are stronger than a spirit rooster. By 1 level, living conditions are worse than a spirit rooster. I'm quite disappointed in the person whose body I'm about to take over. What did the previous owner do before I arrived? 10 days ago, Chu Shu, along with a legitimate disciple of Tianjian sect, fought for a woman on the deathmatch arena. Chu Shu was defeated by a move that crippled his cultivation, suffering extreme humiliation. This scene made me very disappointed. It was truly pathetic. Since you are my tool from now on, your enemies are my enemies. For now, let me see how I train to become invincible. 2 hours later, Chu Shu was quite frustrated because this body was just too useless. The aptitude was extremely poor, and the injuries were still very severe. But luckily I still have a way. Chu Shu smiled wickedly. At this moment in Yunhe sect, have you heard the news? The sect leader who went to hunt down Mad Devil, Zhu, returned to the sect 3 days ago. So has Devil Zhu been killed already? At this moment, a group of people were gossiping. A young man laughed loudly. Devil Zhu may have been called invincible among his peers, but in the end, he was only at the minor saint realm. How could he possibly escape the siege of more than 10 great saints? He deserved to die, truly deserved to die. That devil, I was waiting for someone to come and kill him. At this moment, the so-called Devil Jew was actually our Chu Shu, standing behind a tree watching. Oh, you guys better stop dreaming. Not only did I not die, but I even joined your sect. If I can't beat you, then I'll join you. Ha, I really do want to play this game. After that, Chu Shu stepped out. Using the body of the eldest true disciple, as he walked out, everyone noticed and immediately recognized him as Senior Brother Jew. Those disciples immediately greeted in unison. Senior Brother, is your injury better now? Chu Shu waved his hand. It's fine now. After that, Chu Shu left. It seems like Senior Brother Jew has the same name as Devil Jew. Do you think he and the Devil Jew might be hiding some secret no one knows about? You're overthinking it. If he had even half the cultivation talent of Devil Jew, would he have gotten his cultivation crippled? That does make sense. Yeah, true. At this moment, Chu Shu walked to somewhere on Mount Yun Peak. After walking for a while, Chu Shu arrived at the mansion of Liu Xue, then called master and disciple, saying, "There is something I need to discuss." Then Chu Shu entered the mansion of Liu Xue. Liu Xue, who was resting, asked Chu Shu, 10 days ago, "You fought fiercely and were seriously injured today. You come to me to ask your master to let you continue your cultivation path, right?" Chu Shu then bowed and respectfully asked his master, "Your cultivation is low and you are reckless. Being crippled is deserved. I cannot help you go back." "Master, my cultivation is low. How can I not understand the reason? Without training, resources, how can I become stronger? You have used up all the training resources. Second junior brother, third junior sister, fourth junior brother, and fifth junior sister. If you don't say anything to me, how can I get stronger?" Liu Xu angrily slammed his hand on the table. "Your aptitude is poor, and you don't even try today. You come here to blame your master. That is truly disrespectful." Chu Shu was not afraid, but smiled gently. "Isn't it because I share the same name as Devil Jew that they refuse to give me training resources, so their anger falls on me? Isn't that just ridiculous? Master has never taken out her anger on you. Go back first. Wait until Master finds a genius and a treasure to heal your injuries. Then I will let you continue your cultivation path." Chu Shu then refused. "No, Master can help me now." Liu Xu was quite surprised and asked Ju Shu, "Why do you say that?" Ju Shu explained, "I heard Master has the body of a heavenly fragrance. If I can cultivate together with my junior disciple, not only can I heal my injuries, but also improve my cultivation aptitude." Chu Shu's eyes revealed a clearly cunning look. Liu Xu shouted, "What are you talking about? Junior disciple is saying, 'Please, Master, cultivate with me.'" Chu Shu shamelessly, lightly kissed Liu Xue's hand. Liu Xu was moved and shy. "Mischievous junior, you dare to humiliate Master in front of the hall." Liu Xu immediately drew a sword, pointing straight at Su Hu's face. "Today, I will definitely break your tendons and bones and then expel you from the sect." Chu Xiu then used a certain forbidden technique. The sword summoned by Liu Xu was immediately shattered. At this moment, the body no longer had any strength. Liu Xu was confused. Why was it like this? My Grand Sant level cultivation could not be unleashed. Chu Xiu, bold-faced like a road, approached the master and said, "Please help me." Liu Xu shouted loudly, "Rebellious one, what do you want to do to the master?" Liu Xu shouted loudly, "Rebellious one, what do you want to do to the master Ju?" Ziyue then prepared to do something with both hands, pleading, "Please, for your disciple's legacy." The cultivation realms are divided as follows. First is the Bamboo Foundation realm. Second is the Reincarnation realm. Third is the Divine Bridge realm. Fourth is the Bianyan realm. Fifth is the Tao Palace realm. Sixth is the Divine Power realm. Seventh is the Minor Saint realm. Eighth is the Great Saint realm. Ninth is the Saint King realm. Above the Saint King realm is the 10th level called Chunda realm. The final realm, also known as the Great Emperor Chunda realm. Each realm below is divided into 9 levels. Levels 1 to 3 are the early stage levels. 4 to 6 are the middle stage levels. 7 to 9 are the late stage. This tier division helps clearly determine the progress and strength of each cultivator within their respective realm. Immortal Biao is the master immortal disciple, and XU is the main character. Liu Ishue shouted at Zhu Ziyue, "You ungrateful disciple, what have you done to the master immortal Biao?" Was confused. Why has the cultivation technique become powerless like an ordinary person? Chu Xiu stepped close to immortal Biao. "What I am doing, of course, is sealing your cultivation level." Chu Xiu gently stroked immortal Biao's cheek that day when I was chased and hunted by more than 10 great saints. I secretly used the reincarnation Heavenly Weeping Mother seal on you. That is the treasure the system gave me. System displays item information item reincarnation. Heavenly Weeping Mother seal category is a sealing tool. Grade divine item effect can silently seal the female cultivator general of the designated internal control seal. Conveniently seals all opponents' cultivation level. Usage level 2. Parts can be used multiple times as long as I activate the intention. Female cultivator below Great Saint Realm can only be immovably obey me. Chu Xiu stared at immortal Biao for a while, then praised, "You are already thousands of years old, yet still so good." Liu Xue blushed and yelled, "You naughty one! How dare you be so rude? Are you not afraid that I will kill you?" Chu Xiu laughed happily. "Ha ha ha!" Then said, "Master, hurry up and kill your disciple. Do not just threaten with words, immortal." Biao was angry but had no strength left. "Master, if I tell Liu Shuefeng, the Heavenly Sword Sect leader, about your lost cultivation, what will she do? Then she will kill his father with one sword. Can a father's murder go unavenged?" Liu Xiu felt confused after hearing that and thought deeply, "No, absolutely must not let Liu Xu know this. She will definitely come to kill me. That woman is truly a madman." Liu Xu then turned and whispered to Zhu Ziyue, "Obstinate genius, treasures and cultivation resources that master has can give you freely just need." Before finishing the sentence, Zhu Ziyue pushed immortal Biao down. No, what I want is not those things. What Duni wants is ... You guys can guess what it is, huh? Liu Xue did not want this to happen, but her face was also embarrassed, like she did not want to refuse. Absolutely impossible, don't you? I'm a mighty great saint. How could I entrust my body to a sneaky person like you? Chu Xiu recalled, "You and I had no grudge yet in tie to Sanctuary. You tried to kill me," Zhu Ziyue said. "Now, are you scared?" "Master, please help." Zhu Ziyue then took out an ancient cultivation manual. Liu Xue had an ancient cultivation manual, very beneficial for people. Take a look. Liu Xue saw and immediately realized where this rebellious disciple got such a miraculous cultivation manual. This manual vaguely corresponds to the heavenly way, definitely not a mortal grade. Chu Xiu asked again Sifu, "What do you think?" Immortal Biao shouted, "Go away from me." Chu Xiu moved closer again. "Sifu, please give me permission." Immortal Biao was very unwilling. You disciple. At this moment, the exact situation happening is something even AD does not know. Suddenly the system appeared. The system reminded the host had become a kind of nonsense villain. No wonder a great villain rewarded 1,000 breakthrough points. This scene fellow, cultivators really want to see but cannot. His system notification host has finished cultivation with immortal Biao injuries. Fully healed system notification. Host has finished cultivation with immortal Biao. Cultivation aptitude has been improved. Liu Xu now becomes Zhu Ziyue's beloved. Oh, really wonderful system. Updates hosts aptitude plus 100 system updates. Hosts aptitude plus 100 system updates. Hosts aptitude plus 100. System notifies hosts. Aptitude reaches 37. Heavenly level cultivation speed increases 20 times host. And Liu Xue cultivate together hosts realm advances to second level of bamboo foundation, third level of bamboo foundation, eighth level of bamboo foundation a few hours later. After fierce battle on bed, Zhu Ziyue won. Then Zhu Ziyue adjusted uniform and stood up. System notifies hosts. Realm has reached 9th level of bamboo foundation. Chu Xiu turned back, smiled and thanked immortal Biao. "Many thanks, master. Farewell." Suddenly immortal Biao woke up and immediately called traitor. After that fierce battle, it made her gentle again. I have given you what you want. Can you unseal me? Chiyu Xiu laughed happily. He, of course not. Liu Xue got angry again, said, Rebel, do you want to kill your master? Zhu Ziyue turned and left master. If you don't want others to know your cultivation is sealed, then hide it well. Chuyu Xiu took out a dark blue orb. Surely you know the power of the flowing shadow crystal in my hand, right? Chu Xiu tossed the orb up and down like that. Liu Xiu immediately realized and felt scared. What are you afraid of? You even have a flowing shadow. Liu Xue was extremely angry at this moment. Chichu Xiu waved his hand and told her not to get agitated. Not to get agitated, just keeping it as a memento. Seeing the deep and long-standing friendship among everyone, Zhu Ziyue reminded Liu Shui not to hope for the seal to be lifted in this entire heavenly firmament continent. No one but Chiyu Xiu could undo it unless an ancient great emperor was reborn. Then Xiu Xiu turned and left, while Liu Xue sat down in helplessness. But you know there is no great emperor in this world. If your disciple dies, then for the rest of your life you will only be immortal until the day you die. If you don't believe me, you can try and see Liu Xu trembled all over after hearing this. Chu Xiu continued to speak. Furthermore, if I die, the images inside the crystal will be released by then. What do you think everyone in the Sky Dome continent will believe? Liu Xu was furious and heartbroken. You unfilial disciple Chu Xiu, may you never rest in peace. Liu Xiu shouted loudly, filthy, disgraceful disciple, a lowly brat, not even at Dao Palace realm. How could you possibly seal my power? Didn't think it'd still be light out. Guess by the time I get back, the moon'll already be up. Under the help of Master reached Foundation Establishment 9th level. If breakthrough to reincarnation, C stage only can wait until next time. Chu Xiu then thought if reincarnation C stage is a water barrel, then Foundation Establishment stage is the process of accumulating wood. The stronger the Foundation Establishment stage, the more solid the development of the Reincarnation C stage. The cultivation path will naturally be longer. The previous failure was because when upgrading cultivation, he skipped Foundation stages, leading to an unstable foundation. Therefore, this time during the rededication, the foundation must be solid to forge the Supreme Foundation, so that whenever encountering cultivators of higher realms, he can easily kill them. I wonder if the resources for the bamboo foundation I hid in the canyon back then are still there, but even if they are, I have to figure out how to leave the Taisuo sacred land. At this moment, Chu Xiu walked to the door of the Feizhu to residence. Chu Xiu secretly rejoiced, isn't this the chance finally arrived? Chu Xiu then piloted the flying boat away from the Grand Hall of Tai to. Chu Xiu stood on the flying boat looking very cool and handsome. This place is covered, but the Truco resources should still be here. Chu Xiu then got off the ship and went to look for the place where the resources were hidden. Chu Xiu then bit his finger to make it bleed. Then he drew blood on the stone to form a formation. After completing the formation, the resources Chu Xiu hid appeared. The treasure of Bamboo Foundation really still remains here, waiting for Zhu Ziyue. When strong, he will restore his prestige. Zhu Ziyue happily thought of that scene and laughed heartily. Suddenly, a voice sounded from behind Chu Xiu, unexpected to meet you here. Chu Xiu immediately turned around to look. At this moment, there is a ship going above the ship. There are some people who thought, who are they? Liu Xue, Chu Xiu. My wasteland thought person dead, never expected today not see you again. Happily run here, disciple true successor of Liu Xue. It seems the Lord of Manhwa Fong treats disciples well. This young smelly mouth is named Zhang. Mang still holds back, letting a useless person like you use genius earth treasure, cultivate Lunhai. Chu Xiu Remembers that day exactly. This guy humiliated and discarded my cultivation as a tool person. This guy made me have to restart training from Bamboo Core realm. He still dares to come insult me in front of me. CHUXIU immediately jumps onto his own boat. I will find you and settle the score later. 10 days later, Death Arena. We will rematch, then CHUXIU leaves. What did that little C just say? I didn't hear wrong, right? The girl beside laughed crazily. Ha ha! He said he wants to meet senior brother on Death Arena again. The guy beside also found it so funny and couldn't stop laughing. That useless guy dared to challenge senior brother Zhang. This guy immediately used heavenly distance sound transmission. You useless guy from before I spared the face of Lord Van Ha, so I didn't kill you. If you intended to rematch me looking for death, then in 10 days at the Death Arena, don't blame me for being ruthless. The people in the sect started gossiping lively. Why does Zeus still dare to come to the Death Arena? Is his head okay? Wasn't his Lun already discarded? What does he have to fight? Zhang Mang Lun. Late stage, 10 days later, there will be a good show to watch. At this moment, Zhu Ziyue went back to the sect, went back to the cave mansion of Immortal Biao. The spiritual energy in the cave mansion of Master is dense. But tonight, training here, Master surely won't mind. After all, what is mine will still be mine. Master is mine. Every inch of Master belongs to me. Oh, this death discipline of man, who is just too unreasonable. CHUXIU immediately opened the door and entered, called loudly. Master Disciple came to visit you again. Why come to the rebellious capital so late? Are you still coming here? Liu Xiu, confused, immediately sat up. What do you want to do again? Liu Xiu rolled onto the bed. CHUXIU then used secret technique, summoned talismans. The talisman papers flew all the way outside the cave mansion, then formed a formation, extremely solid defense barrier. Liu Xiu immediately realized, you set up this formation. Could it be the inherited ancient formation? Master's insight is really good. Want to learn or not? What do you plan to use to trade? Liu Xiu shook head, doesn't want to learn. All right then, if that's the case, disciple will calmly enter seclusion. That's right, Master. If you're hungry, have something after all. Now you are mortal. Can't avoid eating grains. Zhu Ziyue then took out some apples and gave them to Immortal Biao. Immortal Biao angrily said, isn't it because of you, rebellious disciple? Why else would there be a day I must kill you? After speaking, CHUXIU gently applied physics to the two peaches, causing Liu Xiu to panic. Liu Xiu immediately fell onto the soft blanket. Master is being naughty again. Master, I will arrange a deadly formation in the rear hall. It's best you don't enter recklessly. Disciple still needs you to help ascend in cultivation quality. If you die, Disciple will be very heartbroken. Then Zhu Ziyue turned and left. Immortal Biao angry shouted loudly, Zhu Ziyue, there will be a day when I smash you into 100 pieces. In the rear hall right now, CHUXIU is doing something. System notification item, information item name, eternal creation. Fruit classification, genius, earth treasure, grade immortal grade, extremely precious function, secret core, holy grade cultivator, after use, can build a solid foundation. Mortals, after use, can directly enter the other shore realm. Longevity, victory level, 1,000 years, origin grows in heavenly grief. Demon continent takes 10,000 years to blossom. 3 buds, once a Saint Lord obtained 3 sets of immortal grade cultivation techniques, 2 sets exchanged for eternal creation fruit, just to help beloved juniors achieve a solid foundation. The manual called Ancient Past, Wisdom's Supreme Heavenly Underground Cultivation Technique, has the strongest foundation. Divine scripture level used with eternal creation. Fruit accompanied by system support from now on in the Tianquang continent. Could there be any cultivator with a stronger foundation than me? CHUXIU immediately took the eternal creation fruit and ate it into his body, circulating the scripture through the bamboo core realm. System notification cultivator level of host reached bamboo core 8 layer. System notification cultivator level of host reached bamboo core. 6-layer system notification cultivator level of host reached bamboo core 3 layer. Shortly after system notification, cultivator level of host reached mortal stage. At this moment, QXIU immediately woke up. System then gave a choice. Do you want to proceed with breakthrough? 1 is yes, 2 is no. Zhu Ziyue immediately chose 1. Yes, system notification. Detected host is cultivating the strongest bamboo core technique, named Dao. Scripture breakthrough consumption increased, estimated to be once per month system. Notification monthly consumption, 100 breakthrough points. System notification first month, the last bit of eternal creation fruit, begins circulating. Dao scripture, bamboo core, breakthrough to bamboo core, first layer system notification. Second month, the last bit of eternal creation fruit begins circulating. Dao scripture, bamboo core, breakthrough to bamboo core, second layer system, notification third month, the last bit of eternal creation, fruit begins circulating. Dao scripture, bamboo core, breakthrough to bamboo core, third layer system, notification, ninth month, the last bit of eternal creation, fruit begins circulating. Dao scripture, bamboo core, breakthrough to bamboo core, ninth layer. Everyone says, 9 is the ultimate number. It will only follow the path of those who came before. But they don't know that breaking through the ultimate number is the true path to a bright future, composed by Master Chimayan Fei. Fortune breaks, then establishes between life and death lies great fear and horror, yet within it, wondrous destiny. 7 days passed. Shu Xiu immediately woke up. The aura released was quite powerful system notification. This breakthrough result host has successfully broken through to bamboo core 10th layer. This time a total of 10 months consumed 1,000 breakthrough points. System notification current. Breakthrough points of host is 0. Chaichu Xiu has now broken through the phenomenon after the breakthrough was extremely terrifying. Dark thunder gathered, lightning roared, and even a giant vortex appeared from it. A vortex with massive waves of energy, just like a great expert preparing to undergo heavenly tribulation. At this moment on Celestial Sword Peak, a girl was standing on a house atop a distant mountain, observing. The girl stared coldly. She could sense the overwhelming surge of spiritual energy. She then thought, could it be that wretched woman immortal? Biao is about to break through. This girl's name is Liu Shu, and she is the peak master of Heavenly Sword Peak. Scene shifts to man named Chiu Xiu training. Inside his mind he thinks now. His body and primal energy accumulation have reached their limit. QXEU is trying hard to cultivate to break through the realm today. I must reach the ultimate bamboo core realm and achieve great enlightenment. A moment later, CHU XIU broke through system notification. New information detected. Host broke through great realm from bamboo core 10th layer. Complete breakthrough to Lianhei. Zhu Ziyue was soaring in the air, smiling happily. Very satisfied gently. He activated the reward mechanism. Come quickly and show me what the reward is. QXEU then flew backwards, spun his body 90 degrees. Then CHU XIU threw a powerful punch downwards toward the sea. At this moment, system notification host, achievement, perfect activated reward mechanism, system notification. Congratulations host, obtained primal ancient saint body. At first CHU XIU was joyful after system gave reward. Then he suddenly changed, 180 degrees, with a bewildered face. What's happening? Oh, damn, what kind of joke is this? Zhu Ziyue shouted loudly, primal ancient saint body. System. Notification warning, primal ancient saint body consumes a lot of resources. The system continued to notify primal ancient saint body and host is fusing. Zhu Ziyue was very angry but couldn't do anything. System, very good. System notification, fusion, successful. At this moment Zhu Ziyue held his face sadly. Damn, why is everything so black? Damn, breaking my limits. Cultivation already consumes a lot now, with primal ancient saint body. This damn system, what should I do? Can I still cultivate peacefully now? System notification system answers. Host's question. Advantages of primal ancient saint body. During primal ancient period, unbeatable physique. Body is extremely tough and unbeatable in strength. Overall, unbeatable cultivation. Strongest battle form of the primal ancient race after primal ancient period natural laws. Changed cultivation of saint body consumes huge resources. Even combined with other saint bodies, very difficult to reach small success. Stage easily causing cultivation to stagnate and unable to advance system notification summary. Today, primal ancient saint body is essentially a useless form. QXIU sat sadly thinking when suddenly system sent a message to encourage the host not to be afraid. Just keep going. If no resources, then steal. If can't steal big, then steal small kill, until no one dares claim supremacy. Just convert resources into some breakthrough points. Host will definitely be able to cultivate 2 saint body perfection. Akaichi Chi-u Xi-u then turned around and asked, truly unimaginable, only the devil knows how many destiny points I had to spend behind this breakthrough. System notification, personal information board of host. Host name is Zhuziyue, realm is Lunar Sea Realm. First layer special physique is primal ancient saint body resources. 317 heavenly grade cultivation methods include bamboo core, Dao, scripture, heavenly point breakthrough 0 value. When using fate is negative, 18 hours killing aura. Still strong can absorb aura from others. Note when aura affects fate, those with strong aura can normally become very powerful. Overall combat strength and cultivation is usually 19 times stronger. At this moment, Zhuziyue thought, if already fused with primal ancient saint body, then must patiently and persistently continue cultivating Zhuziyu, then used QU Tran decision. Suddenly at this moment, Tsichu Xiu had a sly smile and immediately remembered she still had a strong backing, muttering to herself, "Luckily I have Liu Xua." Sometime later, Chichu Xiu returned home with her master Liu Xue. Inside the front hall, her master Liu Xue was sitting and eating fruit. Specifically, Chu Xiu's master Liu Xue was calmly sitting and happily eating an apple. Suddenly a voice came, "Is it good?" Without even looking, Liu Xiu immediately replied, "Of course it's good." Chu Xiu immediately walked up behind Liu Xue and tried to comfort her. Liu Xue was sulking in anger, but Chu Xiu started flattering and coaxing her master. "Oh, Liu Xue, just a few days without seeing you feels like 3 autumns." After that, Chu Xiu smelled the fragrance on Liu Xu's shoulder. The two were sitting on the bed, looking like a perfect match. Then the guy suddenly broke the mood with an awkward comment. "It's been days, master, since you last bathed or washed your hair." Liu Xu frowned helplessly and explained to Ku Xiu, "Isn't it? Because you took over the back hall, I don't even have a place to bathe." Chu Xiu then bowed sincerely to apologize to Liu Xiu. "It's my fault, little one. If that's the case, then I will personally serve master to bathe." Then Chu Xiu grabbed Liu Xue's hands and led her away. "Don't worry, master. Your little one won't reject you." Liu Xue, confused, shouted at Chu Xiu, "You naughty one. What do you want to do now?" At this moment, Chu Xiu took her master Liu Xiu to the back hall, then helped her lie down. Chu Xiu then took the small hands of master Liu Xue and recited a poem, The Heavenly Fragrance, indeed. Just as rumored, even after days without bathing, still free from dust, pure and transcendent, master Liu Xue blushed shyly and spoke harsh words, but deep down really wanted you. "You naughty one." Chu Xiu then gently kissed Liu Xue's arm. "Master, please, your little one's skills are really lacking. Let me bathe you instead." Liu Xiu couldn't resist anymore after Chu Xiu's words. Her expression shy, but still accepted, "You naughty one, really." At this moment, suddenly, Liu Xue realized someone was outside. Outside the hall, Feng Ju Tianxing. Feng named Tianxing approached the entrance of Liu Xue's cave mansion. The guy Feng Ju Tianxing, Feng immediately asked, "Liu Xue isn't junior sister, already out of seclusion?" At this moment inside, Liu Xue was practicing cultivation with Qiqiu Xiu. The two were fighting fiercely. Liu Xue begged senior brother Tianxing to forgive her. There was an accident during cultivation today, so she couldn't meet. Senior brother Liu Xue was fighting fiercely and breathing heavily. Besides Chu Xiu, the system announced, "Wow, you really are a top-level villain able to fight with the master, activating a special reward. The mysterious soldier, blood blue sword, Liu Xue, softly spoke words of affection, you naughty one." Outside, senior brother Tian Huang was still standing there. Junior sister, senior brother, has low-grade medicinal pills, specially made by junior brother at Dan Ding Feng, that can help you recover. Inside, Chu Xiu was attacking fiercely, making master Liu Xue. Unable to endure the system, announced you and the heavenly fragrance body are merging training resources, plus 100 Liu Xue. Immediately refused senior brother Tian Huang. No need, no need. I just need a few days rest to recover the system, announced you and the heavenly fragrance body are merging training resources plus 100. The senior brother could only give up fine then. Liu Xue's senior brother asked again, "I wonder if junior sister knows that your little one, Chu Xiu and Jiang Man from Tianjian Feng, have an arranged fight at the deathmatch arena. I heard that little one is lousy and weak with low cultivation. If he loses, it might affect the reputation of Yunhe Feng." Inside the cave mansion, Liu Xue and the opponent changed their moves and continued fighting. Liu Xue replied about that matter, "I already know, but I don't care about that naughty one, just ignore him." The system announced the host's resources reached 617. Heavenly level cultivation speed increased 25 times. Outside, Liu Xue's senior brother took out a flute and played a tune. Surely junior sister has her own thoughts. I'm being nosy. This piece is called Phoenix Seeks the King, written while admiring the moon. Today I dedicate it to junior sister. Inside, Liu Xue and the opponent finished fighting. The result was Liu Xue was overwhelmed by Chayu Xiu. Liu Xue sat stroking her master's hair and enjoying the music, muttering, "You naughty one." Just now I was fighting Chu Xiu while talking to senior brother Tian Huang, and also fighting and playing the flute at the same time. Amazing. Master Tianxing, senior brother. Senior uncle plays the flute wonderfully. Your little one cannot help but admire him. Liu Xue shyly could only say, "Chase him away." Qiqiu Xiu's face looked very fierce. Then the opponent said to Master Liu Xue, "Master, based on our secret relationship, little one is now borrowing cultivation resources from someone. It should be fine." The system announced, "Wow. Host, so annoying, trying to kill two birds with one stone, playing and taking resources really bad. Got a reward of 500 breakthrough points." Liu Xue also realized the opponent was taking advantage of her, so she told everything. At this moment, inside Liu Xue's cave mansion in the inner courtyard, Chu Xiu was talking with Master Liu Xue, complaining that these places only have a few 4th and 5th grade medicinal herbs. Very pitiful. Master Liu Xue was meditating and cultivating, firmly said frankly, "No more unless you break the seal for me. Only then can I take the heavenly treasures from the storage room." Chu Xiu turned and left, waving goodbye, saying, "Forget it, forget it. There are still high-grade distorted spirit stones. Isn't that better, thanks, Master?" In Master Liu Xue's mind, many ways to break the seal came to mind. Maybe I should seek help from the Holy Lord. Perhaps she can help me break the seal. After a while, thinking, Liu Xue felt that wasn't good. If others knew she was sealed by her disciple, it would be embarrassing. No, what if there's no way to break it? The naughty one might sense danger and run away. Master Liu Xue angrily could only slam the bed repeatedly to ease her frustration. She was deeply unwilling to accept. That would mean I have to live as a mortal forever and die helplessly in the end. No, that is not the life of Liu Xue. Then Liu Qiu took out a mask hidden between the two peaks. Luckily, back when the naughty one helped unseal me, I secretly hid the treasure. If he had searched me, this mask would have definitely been taken away by him. Even though right now there's no way to recover my cultivation, wearing this mask can still conceal my aura as a cultivator, as long as I don't make contact with others. No one will know my cultivation is sealed that way. At least I won't be hunted down by enemies. Liu Xue thought for a while, then recalled how this mask first appeared. Now that I think about it, this mask was dropped when old demon Chu was being hunted down. Sigh, such a pity that old demon Chu cultivated for only 100 years and could already be called a master if he had followed the righteous path. How could he have ended up like that? After that, Liu Xue stopped thinking and immediately put on the mask. Forget the past. I should focus on finding a way to escape that naughty one's control as soon as possible. Otherwise, this whole world will fall under his domination. At this moment, even from outside, Xu Xiu could sense that Liu Zhu had put on her mask. Oh, so she's put it on already, huh? At this moment in his cave, Xiu Xiu happily thought logically, Master finally put on the mask I left behind. All my effort wasn't in vain after all. In QXIU's imagination, the scene was just perfect. Nothing more to say, put it on. Otherwise, how could I peacefully grow stronger in the Taisu Holy Land, my good master? After that, CHUXIU ignored the unnecessary matters and took out the sword, rewarded by the system admiring the Blood Jade sword. Though it's not a top-grade weapon, it's still decent. It's a profound-grade sword called Blood Jade Sword. From now until the life and death arena battle, there are only 3 days left. Time is tight. If I train seriously, I should be able to use it. QXEU shifted into serious mode, entered cultivation state and began sword cultivation. QXEU sat in meditation, letting his soul fly out, then used the sword to command the flying sword to soar away. System notification congratulates the host on comprehending the realm, begins soul searching. QXIU's soul, still riding the azure flying sword, comprehends and gains insight. System notification reached 800 meters. System notification reached 1,000 meters. System notification reached 1,500 meters. CHUXIU continued to gain insight into the sword path. System notification reached 2,000 meters. Then CHUXIU soared straight up into the sky system. Notification reached 99999 meters. QXEU just opened his eyes and was surprised. A strange phenomenon was created by him. This is sword intent. QXEU happily immediately comprehended the sword intent. QXIU focused a beam of divine consciousness into the sword intent. After that, CHUXIU entered a state of focused contemplation and insight. After a while, QXIU opened his eyes. Now a new mark appeared on his forehead, looking very handsome. System notification congratulates the host on successfully comprehending the primal 5 great soul. Searching sword intent. The sword intent type is sword intent. The nature is gentle wind. QXIU looked at the system control panel and smiled brightly. Tian Sha sword. Intent. Huh, not bad. Not bad. This sword intent complements me perfectly. After comprehending the sword intent, CHUXIU happily turned around and returned to the cave, then used the system to break through the sword intent and see how it goes. Wait for me to break through the sword intent once and conquer the life and death arena at once. At another side of the Taisu Holy Land, Taisu Feng, the Holy Lord of the Taisu Holy Land. Taisu Feng's aunt, the Holy Lord, was observing from her residence just now. Someone in the Holy Land was comprehending sword intent. Interesting. Suddenly the Holy Lord observed carefully and was surprised by what she discovered. The Holy Aunt was very astonished. How could that person comprehend 99999 meters? Then the Holy Lord flew closer to observe 30,000 years ago. Only the true Emperor Sword God of the infinite sword realm could reach such a realm. Could it be that the Taisu Holy Land also has appeared such a sword god figure? 3 days later, at the life and death arena of Tianxingfeng, everyone had gathered at the life and death arena. It was very lively. At this moment, a guy approached. He was the challenger of CHU-XIU today. It was really bustling. The young man walked over. His name was Jianlang Yun, a direct disciple of Tianxingfeng. Two young men were chatting. Jianlang Yun said, "Senior Lung Tiao, I heard recently you've been in seclusion and made great progress, breaking through the divine power realm. Congratulations." But Lung Tiao didn't seem too interested and replied, "The divine power realm? It's nothing worth mentioning." The guy Jianlang Yun turned around to talk to a girl named Tu Xiemu, unexpected to meet her here. Originally thought she would not come to such a boring place. The girl named Tu Tianzhen is a disciple of the true sect of Tianjianfeng. She said this matter happened because of me. Of course I must come to see Lang Yun, replied Chu Shu, and I are somewhat acquainted. I do not hope he dies here. The young man Jianlang Yun was silently jealous and bitter, really not understanding what was so good about that useless Chu Shu that Tu Xiemu would speak for him. The challenger to Chu Shu then laughed loudly, saying, "Senior sister cannot save someone who wants to die." Some disciples behind laughed happily. Chu Shu is weak, but still dares to provoke Jiang Mang. Senior brother really lives without patience. The disciples below were chatting noisily, wondering why he still hasn't arrived. Could it be something else? Then someone stood up to explain, "Do you not know he is from Manhwa Fong? How could they admit such a useless person as their senior brother?" Suddenly a cute, lovely girl appeared, scolding up and down, making fun of others for fun. "Do your sect masters teach you like this?" This girl named Dao Yao is the 5th senior sister of Manhwa Fong. The crowd then cheered the 5th senior sister, Dao Yao of Manhwa Fong. She actually came here to watch. The disciples behind cheered in admiration of senior sister Dao Yao. At this moment, a guy riding a flying ship approached, and another guy recognized Chu Shu had arrived. The cool and confident stance of Chu Shu standing on the flying ship. Then Chu Shu landed, and the girl Dao Yao ran over to senior brother Chu Shu, waving to greet him, saying, "Little junior sister has also arrived." Junior sister Dao Yao cares deeply for senior brother Chu Shu, saying, "No one here can touch a single hair on you." Chu Shu then pats the cute girl Dao Yao on the head and says, "Rest assured, I have a way to avoid getting hurt." The young man Jianlang Yun was silently jealous and bitter, really not understanding what was so good about that useless Chu Shu that Tu Xiemu would speak for him. Chu Shu then turns around to look at that girl, who is exactly the goddess the Tool Man secretly admires. Chu Shu observes for a while and thinks, "This girl looks all right, but her cultivation level is pretty average." This girl looks at Chu Shu with a focused gaze and wonders why Chu Shu seems to have become a different person. The two young men just now exchanged opinions, wondering if senior brother Dao Yao should step in and kill them all later. The swordsman Tian Jian also felt quite pleased upon hearing this. Killing at the deathmatch arena, so what could Dao Yao really handle them all alone? The young man Truong Man smiled smugly and said, "Yes, senior brother, rest assured I will treat him well." Truong Man then stepped onto the arena speaking arrogantly, then loudly called out the name, "Chu Shu, Chu Shu, if you're here, then let's get on the arena to settle this after dealing with you. I still have to go back to seclude myself for cultivation." Chu Shu then stepped forward smiling happily and replied, Hey, wait, I still have something to say." At this moment at the deathmatch arena of Tianxing sect, everyone was bustling with excitement for the battle between Chu Shu and his opponent. At this moment, Chu Shu took out a very precious pill bottle and said to all the junior brothers and sisters, "Everyone came here to watch the match. After all, how could there be no gift? Here I have a level 7 Tian Xuan. Pill bottle, 6 pills in total, all top quality, quite excellent indeed." Chu Shu spread a very sinister smile, making the system admire him. System notification exclaimed, "The host is truly cunning, pretending to be a pig, to eat the tiger, and trick resources received 300 breakthrough points from the system." At this moment, all senior and junior disciples in the sect started chatting excitedly. Oh my god, this is the level 7 heavenly mysterious pill from Legends. Someone said that drinking this pill can increase the speed of comprehending divine powers and also has a high chance to break through from divine power, realm peak to the saint realm. The guy named Jian Lang Yun immediately asked Chu Xiu what kind of breakthrough you want. In Jian Lang Yun's mind, he happily thought a few days ago he just broke through to the divine power realm and desperately needed this pill. Unexpectedly, the useless Chu Xiu proactively brought the divine pill right to the door. Sister Dao Yao standing nearby, Chu Xiu was about to remind him if Master found out that senior brother bet so much like this, he would definitely punish him. Chu Xiu smiled brightly and confidently intending to stroke his beard, but found none, so he stroked his chin to pass the time. The value of these 6 supreme grade level 7 Tianxuan pills. Maybe everyone still doesn't fully grasp. The chief elder of the Tianxing sect probably knows right. At that moment, the elder stared intently with a confused look, saying, "What is this?" The elder then explained to all the disciples of the sect here, "This elixir is priceless. If auctioned, each pill would cost at least 100 million top-grade yuan stones. 6 pills amount to 600 million top-grade yuan stones." The young swordsman Lang Van and everyone was sweating, wondering what to bet with to match the value of the top-grade yuan stones. Chu Xiu happily suggested to everyone that there was no need to be so tense. If one person couldn't get it, then everyone could pool together, and after the competition, the rewards would be distributed according to the contribution ratio. At this moment, everyone was happy, very happy to Chu Xiu. Exactly right, everyone can pool together. A few seconds later, everyone came to bet lively. I also bet I place Chu Xiu Senior. Brother will lose me too. Chu Xiu will lose everyone. Don't rush everyone, just slowly. At this moment, Chu Xiu has successfully fooled everyone, just as he wanted. So he feels very happy indeed. Just as I predicted. Everyone is very eager. I lose this time, big loss. Then the elder far away stared at those prized items, coveting all our good stuff. At this moment, Chu Xiu happily declares, "I declare the establishment of a betting pact with the elder of Tianxing sect as witness." No one dares to deny the elder also agrees to be the witness for this bet. After that, Chu Xiu immediately jumps onto the arena to fight for resources and then leave. After jumping onto the arena, Chu Xiu lands very coolly. The guy Truong Man looks very arrogant, standing with arms crossed, despising Chu Xiu without any hesitation, saying, "Your fate, trash, is finally over." Chu Xiu then stood up, eyes shining with blazing passion, saying, "Let's go up to the death arena then. No more talk. Life or death." At this moment, Elder Zhu loudly declared, "Let the life or death battle begin." Young swordsman Lang Van below the arena laughed proudly. The show has begun. Above the thunder platform, young man Truong Man is very confident in his strength. "Now I am at Luan High Realm, 9th level peak. Fighting a trash at Luan High Realm, 4th level like Chu Xiu. Isn't it as simple as killing an ant? Young man Truong Man will pay the price for his arrogance." Truong Man then unleashed his power, stomping hard on the ground to gain momentum, causing the thunder stage to crack and break partially. Then he moved extremely fast, closing in on Chu Xiu in an instant. Jiang Mang immediately launched a kick, aiming to strike Chu Xiu within a hair's breadth, but failed. Chu Xiu, with his strength and intellect, had already dodged the attack from Jiang Mang. Jiang Man then launched powerful kicks, but Chu still easily dodged. After that, Chu put force into his foot and stomped hard onto the lei tai. After that, Chu put force into his foot and stomped hard onto the lei tai. After that, he used the force to retreat and avoid the close-range attack. Jiang Man laughed loudly, also praised Xiu's speed as quite fast. Jiang Man shouted loudly, "So what if you're fast? Then how about this move?" Jiang Man jumped high and launched fast flying sword. Qi towards Xiu. "Let's see how you dodge this." The swords launched by Jiang Man attacked Xiu at a rapid speed. Jiang Man's attack was both fast and powerful, causing the Leitai to be partially damaged by the swords. Fifth junior sister Liu Exue, watching from below, felt very nervous and scared. Afraid Qiu Xiu would get hurt. Heaven, please protect my senior brother. Let him be safe. Other disciples were even more delighted to see Qiu Xiu getting beaten so helplessly. Jiang Man was being too ruthless. Every move was fierce and decisive, no matter how fast Chuxu's movement technique was. There seemed to be no way to defeat the opponent. Chuxu was surely going to lose. Jiang Man at this moment on the Leitai took advantage of Chuxiu just dodging the last attack and burst forward toward Chuxiu crazily. After that, Jiang Man continuously threw powerful punches, but Chuxiu dodged them all, making Jiang Man increasingly furious in his rage. While dodging Jiang Man's attacks, Chuxiu even mocked him. "Come on, hit me," which made Jiang Man's blood rush to his head and he became extremely angry. Jiang Man thought in his anger, "This bastard is like a slippery loach. I can't catch him. I can't let this continue." Jiang Man decided to end it quickly and drew the blade from his back. Then Jiang Man continued to charge at Chuxiu rapidly in a frustrated state. Jiang Man charged to stab Chuxiu at an incredible speed, but Chuxiu still dodged it effortlessly. Chuxiu at this moment realized that Jiang Man wanted to use sword chi to slash him. It was also the perfect timing for Chuxiu, who just happened to want to test out the newly received weapon. After dodging Jiang Man's stab, Chuxiu immediately drew the sword rewarded by the lame system. Then Chuxiu swung the sword casually behind him. It felt just right in his hand, not bad at all, while Jiang Man stood there dumbfounded. Then Chuxiu jumped high into the air under the gaze of Jiang Man. Jiang Man smiled like he had struck gold with the grin of a victor. That useless brat finally revealed an opening. Jiang Man immediately moved close to Chuxiu and launched a kick at him, while Chuxiu remained indifferent. Jiang Man didn't forget to shout his final line, "Die, you worthless trash." After Jiang Man launched a kick at Chuxiu, the main character quickly blocked the attack. At this moment, Chuxiu gave a sly smile because Jiang Man had fallen right into his trap. "I possess the desolate ancient sacred body. Although it hasn't reached the minor accomplishment stage yet in close combat, I can be called invincible within the same realm." Chuxiu then decisively drew his sword. Then Chuxiu unleashed a slash, catching Jiang Man completely by surprise. The final line will truly be the final one. Jiang Man had no idea what had just happened, unwilling to accept it. Why did it end like this? How could this be? After Chuxiu's decisive and powerful slash, Jiang Man fell and departed to the other world, leaving his sword stabbed into the ground in solitude. After Chuxiu defeated Jiang Man, everyone below the Leitai was stunned. Wait, wasn't Chuxiu supposed to be a useless loser? Wasn't he supposed to be weak like trash? How is he suddenly this strong? How could he possibly defeat Jiang Man? The sword guy Lang Van was extremely furious, blood rushing to his head. "Careful, or you'll have a stroke, bro." Angry because Chuxiu didn't die, while he himself got all his resources looted. Everyone around the Leitai was loudly gossiping. How could this happen? Jiang Man actually lost. The group of disciples who came to enjoy the show had all bet on Jiang Man to win, but the result was the opposite. A fourth-layer Lunhai realm cultivator, like Chuxiu actually defeated a peak Lunhai realm, wasn't it? Just 20 days ago that they had crippled Chuxiu's cultivation. What on earth happened? At this moment, Chuxiu stood beside the elder. The elder stood up and declared in the life and death arena, Chuxiu is the winner. The disciples from the two peaks who came to watch the commotion ended up losing everything because of their greed. "Ah, my 3,000 high-grade spirit stones. I bet a mysterious weapon. I'm doomed. Never betting again from now on." Chichu XEU then schemed against everyone present by pretending to be injured and coughed up blood as part of his act. He then pretended to collapse to make it look real as if he was seriously injured. At that moment, junior sister Liu Xue from below saw this and immediately ran over. Senior brother junior sister rushed over to support Chu Xiu and cared for him. Like family, senior brother, what's wrong? Please help me get to the core disciple hall. Yes, senior brother. Chu Xiu thought to himself with secret joy, if I'm going to play the pig to eat the tiger, I have to act it through, can't let them see any flaws then. Chu Xiu gave a sly, victorious smile. Sorry, junior brothers and sisters, but your mysterious weapons, pills, rare treasures and spirit stones all belong to me now. After that, junior sister Liu Xue helped Chu Xiu to the core disciple hall, while moving sword guy Lang Van kept a constant watch on Chichu Xiu. Sword guy Lang Van observed and realized that Chu Xiu was injured, then silently reflected and smirked. Seems like Chu Xiu's injuries aren't light. Don't worry everything you gain today, I'll make you cough it all back up. Sword guy Lang Van immediately ordered his servant Chang Ling Fei. You're up next. Without any hesitation, he agreed. Tran Lam Fai, the one who obeyed Lang Van, is a core disciple of the Heavenly Sword sector. Chang Ling Fei immediately called out for Chu Xiu to stop walking. You stop right there. Do you dare fight me in another match? Chang Ling Fei stood on his flying sword looking really cool. Let's see how long you can keep up that act. Junior sister Liu Xu immediately spoke up, cutting off the challenge. Can't you see? Senior brother Chu Xiu is injured and you still want to fight. What exactly do you want? Seeing that junior sister Tao Yao was about to ruin his plan, sword guy Tian Jian quickly spoke up to stop her. Liu Xue, junior sister, aren't you being a bit too harsh? This is the life and death arena after all. It's only natural to face challenges from other experts. Besides, Chu Xiu just won a huge amount of resources from everyone. Luck definitely played a part. I'm sure deep down, many people still feel unconvinced. Sword guy Tian Jian gave a sly smile this time. Everyone's enthusiasm is at its peak. Why not let Chu Xiu and Chang Ling Fei have a match? The stakes will be the same as before if Chu Xiu wins again. Everyone will truly accept it. This way it benefits both sides. Sword guy Tian Jian sneered at Chu Xiu. What's wrong, aren't you? The top disciple of Manhwa Peak, don't tell me you don't dare to bet Chu Xiu. Thought this guy, Lang Van, is definitely up to something. Is he trying to mess with me? But this works out perfectly for me. Is this brat trying to provoke me? Chu Xiu kept pretending to fool everyone once again without them realizing a thing. I'm not afraid to play the pig to eat the tiger. I'm just worried you won't have anything left for me to strip. I'm currently injured and only at the 4th layer of the Lunhai realm. If I fight someone at the 1st layer of the Divine Bridge realm, the risk is huge, so the betting stakes must be increased by at least 3 times. The system couldn't handle Chu Xiu's shamelessness and cunning. Totally in awe of him. System message: the host is truly a sly old fox. Devious and greedy reward. Granted breakthrough points. Plud 200 Neha. Sword guy Tian Jian was delighted, thinking he had struck it rich, and immediately agreed to Chu Xiu's condition. He secretly rejoiced as expected, having no real strength. But endless greed is a crime. You're the one asking for death, so don't blame me. The girl Jian Lang Yu from afar couldn't help but feel disappointed in Chu Xiu Sai. This Chu Xiu doesn't know when to stop, does he? Chu Xiu then took the cane and knocked to gather everyone's attention. Come on, gather around. Look at this. Chu Xiu is fighting on the life and death stage again. Do you want to win back your losses? Do you want to change your fate? Give yourself one more chance to get rich. The crowd of disciples from the 2 peaks immediately rushed over after hearing that scrambling to place their bets. This time, Chu Xiu has to fight someone at the Divine Bridge realm. There's no way he can win. Right, he just finished a tough fight. His body's weakened bet. Everything on CHU-XIU losing. CHU-XIU, seeing he had just herded a bunch of gullible chickens, became visibly more cheerful whether this big bro gets rich or not. All depends on you guys now. The elder raised his hand and declared the life and death arena match between CHU-XIU and Changling FI officially begins. Changling FEI and CHU-XIU stepped onto the stage. The girl Liu Xue watched nervously from below the arena, worried can senior brother really win this match. Chu Xiu smiled cheerfully. Don't worry, junior sister. Changling FAI before the life and death battle spoke out. The reason he was fighting CHU XIU. I didn't originally want to challenge you, but I have my own troubles. CHU XIU also responded with understanding. Oh, is that so? Changling FAI explained in detail to CHU XIU. My junior sister was seriously injured while out on a mission. She needs a rare heavenly treasure to survive, and senior brother Lang Van has that treasure in his possession. Because of my junior sister, I have no choice but to follow senior brother Lang Van's orders. Things have come to this. I can only say sorry to you in the end. Blades have no eyes. If you die, don't hold it against me. CHU XIU let out a sinister smile. But sorry, once you step onto the life and death arena, then life and death no longer matter. CHU XIU used the clone technique, creating numerous clones surrounding Chang, Ling FEI. Then suddenly, CHU XIU appeared behind Tian Jing after swapping with the real body. Due to overconfidence towards the clones, Changling FEI let Chu XEU approach and strike him. Changling FEI quickly used his sword to block Ku XU's slash. Changling Fei angrily turned around and shouted, "How dare you launch a sneak attack?" After that, Chu Xiu used his extreme speed to close in on Chen Linfei, catching both Chen Linfei and everyone watching off guard. Chu Xiu then whispered to Chen Linfei, "Your junior sister, I'll take good care of her, don't worry and just go." Chu XIU immediately ended struck with a sword piercing Chang Ling Fei in astonishment, then unleashed an ultra-powerful palm strike as strong as a punch from Site Mao, causing Chang Ling Fei to be blown far away. After a powerful palm strike from CHU XIU, Tran Lam Fai was blown into the barrier of the arena, causing everyone below to be surprised. The face of Changling FAI was pressed against the barrier of the arena, causing the face to be deformed, while he had fallen to the bottom of society already. Then the body of Changling Fei slowly fell down the arena, leaving bloodstains on the barrier of the arena as he fell to the bottom of society, leaving CHU XEU immediately reminded and prayed for. Changling Fei, you must remember villains die because they talk too much. After finishing off the opponent and ending the life or death duel, CHU XEU then explained that he hates most those who talk too much, even more cannot forgive villains, so he usually does not like to talk nonsense. Everyone below the arena was silent, not believing their eyes, not believing the result just happened. Everyone below the arena was buzzing about how could CHU XIU be only at level 4 of the Lunar Sea realm. I felt he overwhelmed Chang Ling Fei. Moreover, he fought the opponent until no strength to resist the mysterious body technique, Shadow just now of CHU XEU, who cultivated the 7-path ruined realm, was already perfect. The crowd below the arena was both angry and hateful towards CHU XEU, but also blamed themselves for being stupid. I lost again this time. My entire fortune is gone. I should not have gambled. These people held their heads crying. I just bet 10,000 high-grade spirit stones and already lost. Countless people held their heads crying loudly. I hate. Above the arena, little 5th junior sister Dao Yao ran over, hugged CHU XIU, senior brother, truly powerful, just normal, nothing special. Chu XEU happily sat down, putting the spoils into his bag. Chu XEU, seeing this pile of resources, immediately felt very happy. Good. Truly a beautiful day. After Chuxiu filled the bag with resources, he deliberately spoke loudly for everyone there to hear. "Oh no, the bag is full. Little junior sister, is your bag still empty?" The little junior sister happily answered, "Of course, senior brother, take it." Chuxiu happily took the little junior sister's bag and continued putting resources into the bag. The little junior sister happily replied, "Chuxiu senior brother, just take it and use, no need to be polite with me." Chuxiu shamelessly continued teasing the crowd below the arena, deliberately provoking them. "Supreme heavenly mysterious pill. Fragrant, does no one want it?" The crowd below the arena, hearing this, immediately became so angry they spit blood. "Oh my God, how heartbreaking. Please be humane. You did not come here to fight. You came to take resources, didn't you?" Chuxiu sighed, feeling very bored. If that's the case, senior brother, I'm leaving now." Chuxiu then took out the boat from the bag and slowly approached. Chuxiu walked proudly after making everyone hate and resent him. The system then appeared announcing the host was truly terrible, evil and despicable, truly a born villain system, rewarded 200 breakthrough points. Chuxiu left, leaving little junior sister Dao Yao alone. She worried for Chuxiu, senior brother. "Today you offended Kim Lang Van? That cunning and sly guy. You must be careful not to make a mistake." Chuxiu boarded the flying boat and left, leaving behind the intense anger of Kim Lang Van shone through his eyes as he looked at Chuxiu. After some time traveling, Chuxiu returned to his cave mansion. After entering the cave mansion, Chuxiu poured the resources onto the ground to observe as clearly as possible, this time winning a total of 16 million spirit stones. Not sure how many breakthrough points can be exchanged. Chuxiu picked up a saber from the pile of resources just acquired. The system announced the rare fortune saber. Chuxiu immediately exchanged it. System announced consuming rare fortune. Saber host gained Y destiny points. Chuxiu was shocked and angry. "What, only 1 point? Really, system, are you mistaken? Last time I consumed a rare equipment, I gained 5 breakthrough points. Why only 1 point this time?" System explained to the host that when the host's cultivation level increases, the quality of items consumed to exchange breakthrough points also increases. But breakthrough points vary by quality. The host wants to use low-quality items to accumulate breakthrough points. System apologized. Chuxiu, after hearing the system's explanation, was speechless and had to accept and follow since nothing could be done. Chuxiu frowned angrily. This damn system is really annoying. Also reminded that spirit stones cannot be directly exchanged for breakthrough points. Don't ask, it doesn't want to calculate the rate. Chuxiu pondered if that's the case. Then choose some cheap items, bring to Bao Feng to sell. Then use that money to buy high-quality items to exchange. Only that way can maximize benefits. Suddenly at this moment, Chuxiu sensed a change in something, causing him to become serious. The mask named Than Dong Ho emitted a signal. Chuxiu sensed it, then turned toward the direction of the master's cave mansion. Chuxiu pondered who the master was talking to. Scene changes now at Tai. To Feng, the cave mansion of Liu Xiu. She is talking with the Holy Lord of all the sects. The Holy Lord said, "Possess the step into the primordial abyss and find the legendary sword Intent." Liu Xiu could not believe her eyes. Never expected Chuxiu to be so strong and have such a domineering talent. How could my disciple be so mediocre, not to mention finding the sword Intent? It is already extremely difficult for him to step into the primordial abyss. The beautiful Holy Lord was talking with Liu Xiu. The Holy Lord then recounted the situation that night the Lord personally witnessed. The Holy Lord turned and asked, "Liu Xiu, recently has your disciple's mood changed?" The Holy Lord of the sects suspected he was possessed. The Holy Lord also pondered all night, then spoke what she believed was true. "I also think so," but quickly denied. "Can your disciple's soul exit to perform possession?" still at the minor saint cultivation. If reaching minor saint realm, surely he has his own will. The Holy Lord then explained to Liu that the primordial abyss can only be entered once in a lifetime. Even the possessor cannot break the supreme law. Therefore I do not suspect Kaiyu Xiu is possessed. Liu unsure asked, then if my disciple is not possessed, how did he enter the primordial abyss? The Holy Lord affirmed it might be he obtained a rare opportunity. Liu. You must nurture that disciple. Well, in the future our tie to Holy Land might have a future sword. God Liu could only obey, saying understood. Liu Xiu pondered how well she had nurtured him and how much more she should nurture him. I have already become a cultivation resource pack for that rebellious disciple. Is that enough? Chu Xiu watched the whole situation from the side, happily thinking to himself, Master, my good master, if the tie to Holy Lord has already given the order, then please grant me a friendly exchange sometime soon. After a while, when the Holy Lord left, Liu Xue also went into the cave mansion to rest. Then, Kaiyu Xiu approached, preparing to bother Master, again happily calling Master disciple, come here to seek your guidance. Liu Xiu immediately scolded Chichu Xiu, the rebellious disciple, why did you hide things from your master? Chu Xiu pretended not to know, then asked, Master, what did the disciple hide from you? Liu Xiu went straight to the main topic about you finding the sword intent. Chu Xiu then stepped closer and hugged Liu Xiu's slender waist, asking, oh, how does Master know? While Chu Xiu happily smiled and enjoyed the Master's attention, nothing could be better. Liu Xiu explained to Chiyu Xiu, the Holy Lord is the overlord of the Saint King realm, controlling spatial rules. When you searched for the sword intent, it naturally couldn't escape his eyes. Chiyu Xiu smiled happily, replying, so that's how it is then, what's next? The Holy Land has decided to fully nurture the peerless genius like me. Liu Xiu then reminded Chu Xiu that in the tie to Holy Land there are no free resources. No matter if you are a reincarnated great emperor, you must fight and seize them yourself. Flowers in a greenhouse cannot withstand the wind and rain. Chichu Xiu showed a serious expression. The disciple completely agreed with this view. So isn't this relying on your own strength to ask for resources from others? Chu Xiu then looked at his master Liu Xue, understood Chiyu Xiu's intention, and tried to refuse rebellious disciple. Not today, not allowed. Chu Xiu smiled brightly, saying a smile the one who lost their dignity has finally arrived anyway. There's nothing else to do. Bother Master to help your disciple improve abilities. The system appeared and announced, the host is really wicked, and also dual. Cultivates with the Master again and again. Special reward appeared. Reward, 1 bottle of Crane Cauldron. Poison antidote, level 6. 3 hours later, after 3 hours of dual cultivation with Master, Chu Xiu also got tired and left the system, then appeared and announced the host's talent reached 911, heavenly level. Cultivation speed increased 31 times. The system announced the host's cultivation reached Lun Hai, realm level 5 half a step. Please continue to improve, persistently strive. Chu Xiu left, but didn't forget to turn back and think the effect is getting worse. The heavenly fragrance body shouldn't be so useless, that's right. Maybe it's because Master's cultivation is sealed next time. Unseal it and try again. He felt something was wrong, then thought again. No, that method is too dangerous. Chu Xiu then turned toward Master and bowed, saying, Master, today you've worked hard. Disciple takes leave first. Master silently said nothing, maybe because Master was a bit tired from dual cultivation with Chu Xiu. She thought angrily, rebellious disciple one day, I will slash you into 1,000 pieces. At night at Mount Baofeng at Bao Tower. Chu Xiu moved to Bao Tower. The guards whispered quietly, saying he is the true eldest disciple of Yunha Feng. Chu Xiu. Heard today he won 2 consecutive battles in the life and death arena. The 2 guards spoke with fear. Suddenly, a beautiful girl came over and greeted inner disciple of treasure gathering. Peak Liu Xue greets senior brother Chu Xiu. She came closer and asked senior brother Chu Xiu, "You came to sell items, right?" Liu Xue then approached, gently stroked her chin, and exclaimed, "Oh, how did junior sister know I came to sell items? Could it be that you know?" "Mind reading," she replied professionally. Today, senior brother displayed great might on the life and death arena and won countless treasures and primal stones. This news has spread throughout the entire Holy Land. So now that you come to the treasure pavilion, it's only natural to guess you're here to sell those items. The beautiful and professional girl who did everything quickly immediately invited Chu Xiu inside. "Please follow me inside, senior brother." Chu Xiu followed the junior sister inside while walking. He thought I just arrived at the treasure pavilion, and this woman already approached me so proactively, leading me inside. This is clearly intentional. What exactly is her purpose? After going inside, Chu Xiu immediately looked at the items on display inside. The girl looked at Chu Xiu and thought strangely. After entering the treasure pavilion, senior brother Chu only played with the merchandise without buying anything. She had no idea what he was thinking. He picked up a medicinal herb and thought a mortal-grade weapon is worth 50 upper-grade primal stones and can be exchanged for 2 breakthrough points. A mortal-grade spiritual herb of the same value can be exchanged for 10 points, a tier 2. Origin Chi Pill can be exchanged for 15 breakthrough points. Could it be that the higher the concentration of primal energy in an item, the more breakthrough points it can be exchanged for? He immediately came up with a bold idea. Then what would happen if I used something with the highest concentration of primal energy in the world? For example, using human cultivators to exchange with the system, wouldn't that give the maximum breakthrough points? At that moment, the system notification appeared. Wow, amazing! No wonder the host is a genius to think of such a cunning idea. The system announced, "No wonder you are a villain destined to receive the system reward, a low-grade artifact. Fi Chu Xuan Silver Ring." The system said the idea was bold, but unfortunately, living beings cannot be exchanged for breakthrough points. Chu Xiu sighed with regret. All right, what a pity. The junior sister behind silently thought, did I see it wrong? Why did a flicker of light seem to flash in his eyes? After some time finishing looking at the items, Chu Xiu turned around and asked junior sister, "I want to buy a recovery origin chi pill. Genuine origin, get me 15 million upper grade primal stones." Chu Xiu's words made junior sister hold him back. Why does he need so many recovery origin chi pills? What does he plan to do? Bathe in origin chi? After she finished thinking, she immediately did her job and replied to Chu Xiu, "Understood, I will go. Give instructions to the staff below." Chu Xiu happily said, "That's fine. Sorry to trouble you, junior sister." Chu Xiu stood there lost in thought, still holding some primal stones in his hand. Maybe I should see if there's anything else I need. Suddenly his eyes shone brightly. The mark on his forehead lit up and he felt something. Why is that unremarkable bronze divination plate reacting to my primordial sword? The bronze divination plate must be hiding some mystery. The sword intent within me seems to be drawn toward it. While Chu Xiu was intently holding and examining the bronze piece, the junior sister walked in and said, "Senior brother, the pills you requested have been prepared. Please check them." Chu Xiu smiled brightly and replied, "All right." Chu Xiu immediately picked up the scrap metal and asked junior sister, "How much for this bronze divination plate in my hand?" "I want to buy it," she replied. "It's just something worthless. If senior brother Chu likes it, then just take it." Chu Xiu, with his straightforward nature, immediately handed a pouch of spirit stones to the junior sister. "This is 100 pieces of upper-grade primal stones. Take it. I don't like owing anyone anything." After that, Chu Xiu turned around and said, "Let's go downstairs to check the goods." The junior sister immediately said, "Wait." Chu Xiu stopped and turned his head back, asking junior sister, "Is there something else?" She shyly said, "I have something I'd like to ask senior brother Chu for help with." Chu Xiu had already guessed this situation from the beginning. As expected, she really did have something to ask of him. Chu Xiu and the junior sister moved to the living room. Chushu sat down, and the junior sister began massaging his back. Seeing her so persistent, he directly asked junior sister, "What do you want from me?" Chushu saw she remained silent, so he said, "If it's too complicated, you don't have to say it." The junior sister nodded in agreement. She didn't beat around the bush and asked Chushu, "Do you know the Divine Tower of Taisuo?" Chushu promptly replied, "Of course I know. Here is the history of the Divine Tower of Taisuo. The Divine Tower of Taisuo was the emperor's destined treasure of the Taisuo. Emperor possessing overwhelming power, capable of encompassing all things. After the emperor passed away, it was placed atop Taisuo Peak. It is not only the Holy Land's supreme treasure, but also the best training ground for generations of disciples. It serves as a divine trial to train disciples in combat power, talent, strength, will guidance, mind, and other talents. The higher the disciple climbs, the more valuable benefits they gain." The junior sister saw Chushu explained clearly and fully. She agreed this time. "I want to ask senior brother Chu for help. It happens to be related to the Divine Tower of Taisuo. Surely senior brother Chu knows one of the 3 great secret realms of the Taisuo Holy Land. The Yellow Demon secret realm will open in less than a month. Chushu said recently, I have been busy cultivating and not paying attention to other matters, but I have heard of the Yellow Demon secret realm. It's a good place to find rare treasures." She spoke directly senior brother Chu. "If you want to enter the Yellow Demon secret realm, you must ascend the Divine Tower of Taisuo and participate in its challenge. Those who rank in the top 300 disciples of the Lunar Sea Realm and top 1,700 disciples of the Divine Bridge Realm will earn the qualification to enter the secret realm. Senior brother Chu, your peers as opponents are very rare. If you can get into the Divine Tower of Taisuo, you will definitely rank in the top 300. The junior sister leaned close to Chushu and whispered naturally, "I want to ask for your help." She moved closer and whispered in his ear, "Senior brother, can you help me?" Chushu's face remained calm and he replied, "Of course." At that moment, above Chushu's cave mansion in the sky, a huge, strange phenomenon appeared as if he were refining top-grade pills. At this moment, the system appeared and announced the host had broken through to Lunar Sea Realm Stage 4. The system announced the host had broken through to Lunar Sea Realm Stage 5. The system announced the host had broken through to Lunar Sea Realm Stage 6. The system announced the host had broken through to Lunar Sea Realm Stage 7. The system announced the host had broken through to Lunar Sea Realm Stage 8. The system announced the host had broken through to Lunar Sea Realm Stage 9. Chushu was in a frenzied state of advancement. He asked the system said, "I heard the condition to break through to Lunar Sea Realm." Peak stage, the system reminded the breakthrough treasure for Lunar Sea Realm. Peak stage has not yet been found on the host. The system announced, unfortunately, due to insufficient conditions, the host's breakthrough failed. The system suggested, please gather 10,000 medicinal nectar, Bodhi divine flower soul essence, and rare heavenly treasures to break through. Chushu disappointedly held his head and sat down. All 3 types of rare heavenly treasures are top-grade items. Chushu then sat up and sighed, feeling this was very troublesome. All these things can only be discovered but never found, and there's nowhere to buy them. Even if someone sells it, the price would be sky high, and stealing is impossible. But without them, I have no way to break through nor the strength. At this moment, Chushu suddenly remembered what the junior sister said earlier, recalling that many years ago, senior brother Chu had a disciple who brought back half a soul essence from the Yellow Demon secret realm. Chushu recalled and happily returned his gaze, looking very cunning. Then there's no choice but to go to the Divine Tower of Taisuo. 3 days later at Taisuo Peak, where the Divine Tower of Taisuo stands, many disciples gathered to participate. Below the Divine Tower of Taisuo, 2 elders were talking once every 30 years. The event is truly lively. I wonder if any disciple will break a record this time. A stone stele in front of the tower recorded full information of participants. Dao Yunfeng Inner Sect Disciple 2, Ru Xue advanced to Lunar Sea Realm. Stage 78 ranked 7th on the Lunar Sea Realm. stellar talent prior reincarnation, strength supreme willpower, advance and retreat mind, heavenly battle power, heavenly Elder Huang Fei Yan of Taisuo Peak said, "Oh, there's a disciple ranked 10th in the Lunar Sea realm." Elder Huang asked, "Who looks most promising?" Elder Huang replied, "I think Yefa is quite impressive. This kid has extremely high potential. A solid foundation, talent, willpower and luck are all excellent." Elder Huang Fei Yan thought curiously about the person Elder Huang mentioned. Yefa seems really promising. At this moment, everyone was rushing to fly up to climb the divine tower of Taisuo. But one ship flew faster than all the others. That was our male protagonist, Chu Xiu. Elder Huang Fei Yan noticed this and said that speed is so fast. "Who is that?" Elder Huang replied, "Oh, that person is the senior disciple of Yunha Feng." The male protagonist, Chu Xiu, strode confidently holding a sword in his hand, with a style very much like a swordsman. After Chu Xiu's flying ship arrived, he quickly jumped down. While walking, Chu Xiu encountered disciples being praised by their master, saying, "Well done, little disciple, the master is very proud of you." A girl cried tears of joy as she told her master, "Master, I did it." This girl was Tu Xue, a true disciple of Dao Yun Feng. The surrounding crowd warmly congratulated. "Congratulations, congratulations, Elder Duong." A confident young man strode proudly through the crowd and loudly declared, "I must also advance to the divine realm to compete in the Taisuo Tower Challenge." The young man was Yefa, the true disciple of Tianjian Feng. While walking, Chu Xiu encountered Yefa and asked him, "Who are you?" Chu Xiu's words made Yefa awkward. Yefa immediately bowed and said, "It turns out you are the senior brother of Yunha Feng. I am Yefa." Chu Xiu pondered this name truly, the protagonist. But that's not all. Checking his luck after seeing it. This guy is quite rebellious. Could it be that he is really the main character? The two then chatted. "Yeah, Elder, very pleased to meet you." Chu Xiu asked, "But do you know me?" Yefa replied, "Of course I heard you won many original stones at Tianxing Feng." Chu Xiu pretended to laugh lightly and replied, Oh, nothing worth mentioning." Yefa saw this and thought, "Senior brother Chu Xiu has a gentle personality." Yefa smiled brightly, thinking, Chu Xiu is a great friend. Hu Xiu's face was quite serious, but he also thought the same brother Yefa has an honest personality, suitable as a friend and perfect to absorb his luck. The information on the stone tablet changed again. Yunha Feng, true disciple Chu Xiu Lunhai, realm level 9, peak level 1, examination begins. Chu Xiu then bade farewell to Yefa. "Ye Elder, I'm off to the exam. If fate allows, we will meet again." Yefa immediately wished Chu Xiu good luck, wishing senior brother smooth success. Chu Xiu then moved onto the stairs and began ascending into Taisuo Tower. The door opened. Chu Xiu then stepped inside. Taisuo Divine Tower, first floor. Chu Xiu then advanced without hesitation. Inside there were wolves with red-rimmed eyes full of killing intent, coming out, approaching, revealing very fierce teeth. Chu Xiu calmly drew his sword and said, "Oh, some wolves here to welcome guests. Really don't know how to entertain." Liu Xue got ready to deal with those fierce wolves. The wolves immediately approached Chu Xiu at their fastest speed. The wolves lunged forward, intending to use their sharp claws to attack him. Chu Xiu immediately jumped up and wielded his sword, swinging swift sword strikes in an instant. No one knew when Chu Xiu had swung his sword, only to see him swiftly glide past. His eyes lit up again. The mark of sword energy appeared. He thought, after all, they were only wild beasts at the Luan High level. After some time, Tichu Xiu reached the 67th floor of the Tai to Divine Tower. On the 67th floor, a girl was hovering in the air, waiting for participants of the trial. Achad Chu Xiu just arrived. She immediately flew over and said to Man lovingly, "Stay here with me and elevate life." Chu Xiu showed no expression. His face was calm, not paying attention to the girl. Chu Xiu, without hesitation, decisively launched a move to strike the pretty girl who just appeared. He gave her a phrase, "Want to lure me, you are still too inexperienced." According to CHUXIU, he immediately ascended to the next level, Tai, to Divine Tower level 68, where 4 streams of aura glowed, waiting for CHUXIU. 4 figures stood, awaiting the challenger. CHUXIU happily said, "Oh, these 4 are Lunhai Realm Peak level." Then he immediately charged forward. CHUXIU reminded, "Have you seen that man used his fastest speed to swiftly glide past the 4 tower guards, making the 4 suddenly vanish while they didn't know when he appeared?" After a while, CHUXIU reached floor 98 of Tai to Divine Tower, a scene full of blood color with a girl waiting for CHUXIU in the distance. The girl waiting for CHUXIU on floor 98 is Tai, to disciple at Lunhai, Realm Level 9, Peak. CHUXIU thinks the realm is exactly like himself, only Lunhai Realm Level 9, Peak, but the strength makes people unable to see through. CHUXIU smiles and steps forward, thinking something in his mind. Then he speaks, "Probably you are not the Tai-2 Emperor, right?" After CHUXIU's question, the girl still does not answer. CHUXIU then grins very sinisterly. Truly she is the ancient Great Emperor. He laughs wildly. Great Emperor accepts the challenge. CHUXIU draws his sword and charges at the girl. Great Emperor with an extremely fast speed. CHUXIU uses his speed to close in on the Great Emperor. After getting close, CHUXIU swings his sword to slash the Great Empress, but she easily blocks CHUXIU's attack. Liu Xiu sees CHUXIU still shows no mercy to anyone, then stands up and shouts loudly, "Rude fellow, do not be disrespectful." Thai Tattoo gently calms. Liu Xue says, "Liu Xue immortal. No worries. I am thinking about what reward your disciple wants." CHUXIU, not at all shy, says out the wish disciple wants: soul demon fruit, rare herb, spirit nectar, Bodhi divine flower. Any kind is fine. Liu Xu annoyed this naughty one really clever. Then why don't you just go rob it? Tai Tuzi before request says this madman Chu Xiu not angry at all, but says rare treasures of heaven and earth, vault of the sacred land. Also have some, but not the things you want, but I can order people to search. Only cannot guarantee when can find. Chu Xiu answers, disciple willing to wait. Chu Xiu thinks secretly, this Thai Tuzi is really easy to talk if I use Luan Hoi. Thien Koch to Mao Seal to control this holy lord. Thinking of this, Chu Xiu's expression becomes more cunning. The news also respects Chu Xiu and speaks, "Wow, host is too awesome. He. Chu Xiu stands straight in one place, but his hand behind his back is silently casting a spell on Tai Tuzi. Yet Tai Tuzi still did not realize anything. The system spoke, reincarnation, heavenly lament. Mother Seal has successfully infiltrated Tai Tuzi. The target is unable to detect it. Remaining uses 0, self-seal host. Tai Tuzi self-seal host is Liu Xu. The system continues host can reclaim the self-seal at any time. After reclaiming the seal, the number of uses will increase each time it can be used on up to 2 people at once. Chu Xiu was a bit surprised. Damn, the mother seal can be used on 2 people at the same time. Thinking this, Chu Xiu couldn't help but imagine himself lying on Tei Mengdie's soft thighs, while Liu Xue was gently caressing beside him. The system was speechless at this devious guy and just chuckled. He, the host, truly deserves to be a destiny villain, daring to dream of dual cultivation with the sacred master of Taizu Holy Land and the fairy Tei Mang Dai. What audacity, wicked thoughts activated super reward. Dan Scripture, middle volume, categorized as an immortal grade secret technique description. Ancient alchemy scripture divided into 3 volumes, upper, middle, lower. The middle volume is the poison scripture, collecting tens of thousands of poisons. After mastering it to the extreme, one can even create poison capable of killing a quasi-emperor when all 3 volumes are combined. They become the Dan scripture created by the human alchemy emperor Jia Jin during the Grand Era millions of years ago. The face of CHUXIU began to look smug again. Part 1, 23:58. This reward is acceptable. How can a villain be worthy of being called a villain if they don't use poison? Haha. Thigh to Chew spoke up 124:05. The Gossip Cauldron treasure has great effects on strengthening ki and blood. I hope you can make good use of it. Liuxu. 124:11 quickly bowed and replied, yes. After finishing the reward exchange, Liuxu led her disciples back. Thigh to Two felt a bit uneasy inside. 124:18, not knowing where the recent sense of insecurity came from. Could it be that someone is targeting my true body? 124:23. The body of Thigh to Two slightly trembled. She immediately stood up and muttered to herself, 124:29. Maybe it's because of staying in seclusion for too long that hallucinations have appeared. It's better to go outside. Liu Xu together with Chichu Xiu returned to the flying boat hovering in the sky. Inside the flying boat in the passenger room, Chu Xiu and Liu Xue sat facing each other. Beside them, two servants gently poured tea. Chu Xiu quietly said to the two servants' junior sisters, please leave first, senior brother. I have something to discuss with Master Liu Zhu. No. The servant was a bit surprised and asked, Lord Feng. Master Liu Xue felt she was being a bit rude, so she said, no, it's nothing. You all go outside first. After the two junior sisters went outside, Chiu Xiu used a technique to close the door. She even used a ceiling soundproof technique. What shady thing are the two planning to do here? After feeling safe, Chichu Xiu began to show a smug face and said, Master, now there are only the two of us here. Don't ruin this beautiful moment. Liu Xiu angrily laughed behind the mask and shouted defiant, Brat, how dare you bully me? Do you take me as a tool? Chu Xiu asked in a teasing tone, are you really that lustful? Master Liu Xue didn't deny it. Chu Xiu stood up and snatched the mask from Liu Xue's hand, then asked, Master, do you want to restore your cultivation? Liu Xue lowered her head and replied, of course. Chu Xiu began to sit beside Liu Xue and said, this ring is very good. It can completely conceal cultivation, even someone with strong perception like Thigh. Two didn't notice Master lost cultivation. Liu Xue angrily turned away and said, your tricks aren't bad either. Liu Xu continued speaking after that time. When Master and you were together, there must be a special aura of heavenly fragrance left on you, but you hid it so well that even the Saint Lord didn't notice. Liu Xu secretly sighed with relief. Fortunately, this defiant brat knows how to hide, otherwise the matter between me and him could have been exposed already. Liu Xue asked again, you just said to let me restore my cultivation. Chu Xiu hummed, then moved closer to Liu Xu. She hesitated a little and asked, what's the condition? You're not that kind-hearted. Chichu Xiu immediately took out a small box and said, you try wearing this and see if it fits. Liu Xue, puzzled, held up the black item in the box and asked, what is this? Xiu didn't answer directly but hinted, just wear it. Once you put it on, there will be a reward. Liu Xu reluctantly put it on. It turned out to be a pair of black fishnet stockings. This made Liu Xue's legs look slimmer. Chu Xiu reached out to touch Liu Xue's thigh. Chu Xiu finally touched the body. The two also moved closer. Liu Xu scolded defiant brat. What do you want to do? Shiyu Xiu sneered, still calling you brat. Chu Xiu whispered, calling him big brother. Liu Xiu angrily turned her face away and replied, no brat in your dreams. I would never call Chichu. Xiu mumbling, still stubborn. Seems like he's about to do something. 10 minutes later, the entire guest room echoed with cries. I junior sister of Liu Xiu. Her face and body began to flush red, yet Liu Xiu stubbornly insisted, no, I won't call you brat. Don't even dream about it. I am a powerful great saint. Why should I listen to you? Chu Xiu leaned slightly onto Liu Xu and whispered to her master, good girl. If you're not obedient, I can activate the 10,000 voice transmission so all disciples on the ship will know. Liu Xu, panting, scolded brat, don't go too far. Finally, Liu Xiu couldn't hold back and unintentionally let out a sound Liu Xiu was overwhelmed to the point she reluctantly called Big Brother Big Brother. So that whole night, Xiu Xiu and Liu Xua exercised together in the training room until exhausted, with some cries of Ai Moi heard after finishing. Liu Xua's voice echoed everywhere. Defiant brat, I will kill you with my own hands. Sooner or later, don't know how many times I've said this already. The next morning, outside the cave mansion in Manhwa Feng of Chu Qixiu Chu Chichu was walking around the lake, thinking the great emperor Engan Sa has entrusted everything to Qiu Xiao, and the matter at the divine tower Thai to has been resolved. Chu Xiu looked at the two secret manuals in hand, then thought about the detailed information Chu Xiao had shared. The wild demonic kidney spirit is currently in the wild secret realm. Strengthening cultivation diligently is necessary. At that moment, suddenly, in front of Chu Xiu, two disciples were sitting reading newspapers and chatting the news about the celestial list has been updated. The skinny one beside replied, Definitely the old devil Chu has been dead for a while, so someone must replace his position. What these two were reading was the Celestial Gazette, which records all major and minor events on the continent of Tiankung, from combat power rankings to trivial gossip, each issue worth a mid-grade original stone. Chu Xiu glanced at the two disciples and chuckled silently. Ha ha! You guys wouldn't even dream that the old devil Q you keep talking about is not only alive, but thriving. Suddenly, the chubby one read a shocking news on the ranking board. The 4 minor saints have changed. Before it was Zhang Xianling of the Yin-Yang cult. Now it's changed to Liu Hongyi. The skinny one exclaimed. Surprised, huh, Zhang Xianling? My goddess, who is this? Liu Hongyi, does she look beautiful? Chu Xiu was a bit surprised upon hearing that name. Liu Hongyi is that her. Chu Xiu, also curious about the news of Tiankung, went over to the two junior disciples and greeted, Good morning. Can you sell me the latest issue of the Celestial Gazette? The chubby one handed Chu Xiu a paper and warmly said, If you need anything, just take it. The skinny one nodded and said, Yes. Chu Xiu quietly replied, Thank you. Then Chu Xiu took the Celestial Gazette and quickly left. At that moment, the two junior disciples started chatting. The chubby one quietly said, You've heard right. Senior brother Chu Xiu has climbed the Tianlong ranking on the Celestial Gazette. We better not provoke him anymore. The skinny one replied, Yeah, I've heard wonder when he became so powerful. Chu Xiu walked while reading the major events of the Tiankung continent. The old devil, Chu, former leader of the Minor Saints ranking, has died. Now the top of the Minor Saints list is Saint Zifeng from the Holy Land of Jiaoguang. Below him is the Saintess Zhang Xianling of the Yin-Yang cult, who was originally fourth, but was overtaken by Saint de Liu Hongyi of the Yuan Hongchen sword sect. The latest report from the Tianyuan battlefield at the Great Wall shows that in the past 6 months, demons have invaded most of human territory. Chu Xiu thought to himself, has Jiang Yi really reached 4th place on the Minor Saints ranking now? Suddenly his eyes widened and directly hit the headline, News, Liu Hongyi, the saintess, attacked the Hongchen sword sect and betrayed them. The reward for Liu Hongyi is several million divine origin stones. According to the Time Recall sect leader, the Hongchen sword sect Liu Hongyi's attack was actually to protect the old devil Chu. The Hongchen sword sect issued a warning urging fellow cultivators to be cautious of this woman and not to underestimate her. Chu Xiu just recalled Liu Hongyi's appearance and quietly scolded stupid girl. Chu Xiu began recalling the first time they met. Chu Xiu was comfortably lying on the grass while Liu Hongyi sat beside him. She was covered in scars but still gently introduced herself. I am Liu Hongyi. As you can see, my family is all dead. Now it's your turn to introduce yourself, I replied. I am Qiu Xiu.